If you serving the devil, stop saying you're a Christian. If you out here drinking, smoking, having sex, and this is with no conviction, no intent to change. This is you still talking about, oh, weed is good for you. It's good for you. If you're still that type of person, you know what I'm saying? Just go on head over there. If you still encouraging things of the world, if you still encouraging mess, you still see a light in darkness, you still see that, if you still see it, then you need to stay over there. Because at the end of the day, he already spit you out at that point. He wants nothing to do with anybody that's cold or warm. You either gonna be, I think we should be on fire, me personally. If you're not on fire for the Lord, what are you doing? Because he's not even playing with you. Stop calling yourself a Christian. Stop saying I follow the Lord, I believe in Jesus. Stop saying that. If you're living a life contrary to the word, okay? This is a time to set us apart. All right, hello guys. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Hope to Change. Hello, my name is Chitara. If you are new here, I just want to give you guys a briefing on what this channel is about. If you have been hoping to change, praying to change, or desiring to change for Jesus Christ, I'm here to help you know that there's hope, okay? You can change. There's some people around here who feels like you have to stay the same, or it's okay to stay the same. That's what I want to say. A lot of people are sitting here with the idea of thinking, okay, we're all imperfect, so there's no reason that we need to really strive. But I believe that we should, every day of our life, be striving to be like Christ, okay? I think that we should always be striving for perfection. Since he is perfect and he is our God, he is the example and he is the standard of how we should live life. And so, since he's perfection, we should always be hoping and desiring for change. We should never be sitting here thinking that we're okay. I remember once I watched a video of, kind of off topic a little bit, but I watched a video of Cat Williams getting like an interview, and the interviewer asked him, you know, what is one of the worst pieces of advice you ever gotten? And Cat Williams said, don't ever change. You know what I'm saying? And I totally agree with that. Like, I feel like all of us should understand that we should be striving for change. We should always be hopeful to change. We should always be looking at ourselves and thinking like, hey, I can do better than this. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ is the standard. And so through my dreams, through my testimonies, through the messages that the Lord gives me, the purpose of this channel is to help you guys change. But I don't want to be before you guys too long. That was a little longer than usual. Anyways, long story short, sorry, look over. So, I have a dream that the Lord wanted to give to you guys today. So I'll just get right into it. In this dream, there was a woman, and she had, I believe, 3 children. I'm gonna say 3 children. Okay, she had a daughter that seemed like she was about the age of 19, maybe 19. And then she had another daughter that seemed like she was like the age of like 14. And then she had another daughter that was before 1, so she wasn't even 1 year old yet. The lady looked like she was an older woman. She didn't have a husband. She was actually poor. I remember seeing people coming in, sneaking and bringing her food. It seemed like she had like a little issue like with pride. She was embarrassed and all that. So she didn't have money, but people were like bringing her food to her house, but they wanted to do it where she could not see them bringing her food. So I understood that she was not wealthy at all. She was very poor. And she had a younger daughter as well who was not able to walk, not able to move. Her daughter could not move her body. It seemed like the only thing that her daughter could move, the last born that was like less than a year old, could only move like her neck and up. I remember she was wearing like a shirt, like the baby had like a word on her shirt. Now I can't remember the word on the baby's shirt, but I knew that the word, whatever the name was that was on that shirt, was something cursed. It was like a curse. Okay. Yeah. And the older daughter as well, that she had, like the daughter that was like 19, and she had the 14-year-old daughter. So the older daughter also was living a life of just fornicating, just like not married, having sex outside of marriage, you know, things like that. And the mother was never married as well. So all her children was out of wedlock, all of that, right? I just remember that the daughter decided, she was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. So the 19-year-old daughter was like, I don't want to live like this. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to live that life anymore. So the daughter decided that she's going to change. She's going to change for Christ. And then her little sister that was like 14 was following her around, like whatever she did, she did. But like once she seen her say that she was not going to live that life anymore, this little sister was like, so you're not going to do it anymore? Like, you're not going to live this? You know, you're not going to do this anymore? And she was like, no, I'm not. And so the 19-year-old made the decision that she wasn't going to live that life. She was going to give her life to the Lord. And once she decided to give her life to the Lord, the little sister was like, okay, that's what we're doing then. Like, we giving our life to the Lord. And then it was like afterwards, I seen, because in this dream, I seen the guy that she usually fornicates with coming to her, and that's when she had made her mind up that she doesn't want to live that life anymore, right? But then it was like afterwards, it was like he was a spirit now. It wasn't him in the flesh anymore. I understand that it's more like the spiritual thing. I don't want to say that. So he was the fleshly version of the spiritual attack, okay? So I could see him in a shadow form now coming back, trying to get back into her life. But she was stern. She was focused. She was done. And then the mother had seen what the sister was doing, and as well. So I don't even want to say that part yet. So then I also go up the stairs because I forgot to say all the stuff that was going on before the daughter actually changed her mind. But there was a part where if you go upstairs inside of the house, you were gonna see like there was a homosexual man. I don't know in what relationship he had to the family, but he was in the house, and he was a homosexual man. He had a boyfriend and everything like that. And I just remember there was a big window, and you look outside the window that was in his room, you could see that there was like young people out there twerking, drinking, smoking, just very sexualized, like literally so sexual, the way they were groping and touching, the way the people were outside the window, right? They were all wearing black. I just remember them wearing all black, but they were outside of this house. So there was things going on inside the house, okay? The things that was going on inside the house was, just fornication, just pretty much godlessness. People were born with, disabilities in this house. They were poor in this house, dealing with the spirit of homosexuality in this house. They were, lust, just husbandless, Jezebel, all these things was going on inside of this house. But then outside of the house was the same thing. But like I said, the daughter made that decision, right? Once the daughter made her decision, she's changed from there. The little sister followed after her. Like I said, the daughter was getting tempted again, but she did not go for it, right? Then the mother seen what was going on, and the mother decided to give her life to Christ. So then after that, I go up the stairs, and the man that was once had a boyfriend, I see him like seeing like an image of, and it seemed like it was like the guy was there, but the guy was trying to get him kind of like to persuade him like, this is how we used to live. Remember how we used to do. Remember the things that we used to do. And the guy he looked so nice. He looked so much healthier. He looked so much better. And he just was like, no, like he made his mind up. I'm not going back to that. And he went and grabbed his Bible to read his Bible. Now the window was still there, so I was able to look out the window, and the people were still out there doing whatever they want. But within the house, people were starting to make a difference. People were starting to change, right? And so the mother gave herself to the Lord. And then the same child that was paralyzed from the neck up, I ended up seeing her. It was like she had grew older, and she was about maybe 15 at this point. And she ended up being healthy. She was healthy. She had a curse wrote on her shirt before, but she was wearing the same curse or the same shirt that had a curse on it. It looked like it changed, and I don't know what the word was. I just knew that the word meant a curse at first, and it wasn't a curse anymore. And the girl was walking, and she was up, and she was okay. She was healed, and that was the dream. So I ended up asking the Lord, what was he trying to tell me? What was he trying to communicate to me? And the scripture that popped up into my head was I think this one is Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles, and it's actually, I would suggest that if you read Second Chronicles, you would read 13 at least to 22. But you could honestly read the whole chapter. But this is the first scripture that he brought to me was this one. He said, when I shut up the heavens. So, okay, actually, let me say this. First of all, the Lord brought verse 14 to me, which I'll read to you. But I want us to understand what's happening now, because he brought me to the understanding of what's going on right now, okay, which is what's going on in that house, okay? So, and then I'll give you guys the interpretation, but I want to give you guys the scripture. So it says, when I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send pestilence among my people. That's what it says. So just so you'll understand more if you read the scriptures before, but I want to read that to understand how it seems like there's a curse happening. So we should understand that there's a curse that's happening right now within that family. Okay, and I'll tell you guys who the family is in a minute, but there's a curse happening in that family, because he's saying when he shuts up the heavens, when he causes no rain, when he causes the locusts, when he causes pestilence, there's a reason, okay? And the next verse is 14. It says, if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. Okay, I also want to read very quickly verse 22, because it's going to still go into the interpretation I'm going to give. Okay, then they will say, because they abandoned the Lord, okay, because that's what's going on, because they abandoned the Lord, God, the God of their fathers, who bought them out of the land of Egypt, and and laid hold of other gods, and worshiped them, and served them. Therefore, he has brought all this disaster on them, okay? So the Lord, this is what the Lord is saying, guys. In that dream, you have the house is, first of all, God's people. God's people are set apart. We are outside of the world, okay? So a lot of believers right now, you know how it says in the word, as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Well, a lot of the believers in their households are not serving the Lord. Yet, they do believe that they're believers. They do claim to be believers. They say that they're Christian. They say that they love God and all of those things. They say that, but their lifestyle is showing nothing of the sort, okay? And so God is giving us a glimpse into the life of many believers, okay? And he's saying that the believers are, they're poor. They are having sex outside of marriage. They have a lot of influence, and with that influence, they're not doing good with their influence. They are cursed. They're cursed. They've cursed themselves by turning away from their God. So you'll find in a lot of the houses of the believers, just sickness, whether it's mental sickness or physical, like physical, paralyzed, born with disabilities, things like that. A lot of times, it's because the sin of what's going on. These are the kind of characteristics that you're going to see. A lot of the believers are dealing with the spirit of homosexuality as well. They have given themselves over to fleshly lusts, fleshly desires. You find that a lot of the believers are poor, okay, living below their means, all right? And this is what it looks like because they have turned away from the Lord. And that might be hard for a lot of believers to understand. Me personally, I've talked to a lot of believers. I've talked to a lot of them, and they literally believe that they are believers, but their lives don't show that. And instead, their lives is showing, a cursed life because they have given their lives over to something else. Okay, outside of the house, you see the world. Okay, that's what was being shown. The world is lustful, twerking, sex, all these things. They don't care. They outside. You know what I'm saying? The world is doing what the world is doing. But at the moment inside of that house, you were able to see that they were no different than what was outside. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem that the Lord has with the believers right now. That when you look outside of the house that's supposed to be serving the Lord, they look just like the world. When you look inside, the inside of the house is looking like the outside. So God is definitely not pleased at the time with that. I've said before that there's a famine coming, lack of food, lack of water, murders. I said is coming. All these things are coming. We've already seen pestilence and just talked about that, but there's more pestilence coming. Okay, there's a lot of things. If God's given me many revelations of the things that's about to come, but there's hope. Okay, and I pray that this video reaches many believers. I pray that this video, I'm praying, Father, that this video would shape the hearts of the believers to turn from their wicked ways. You know what I'm saying? Just turn from their wicked ways, because I don't think we understand how much danger we really are in. A lot of the believers right now are serving other gods, and you don't have to willingly know that you're doing that. Your lifestyle is serving that God. You live a lifestyle of serving the Lord, or you can live a lifestyle of serving the devil, and that's period, point blank. Okay, it's all about your actions. It's all about your choices. It's all about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That shows who you worship. That shows who you serve. Because if the book is telling you, the Bible is telling you a way to live your life, and you're living something contrary to that, then you're not serving the Lord. Okay, and that's just what that is. And so I'm praying that a lot more people begin to serve the Lord, because the Lord is saying in this time that there is still hope. There is a pestilence, there is a famine, there is things that's coming, okay? But it only can be put to an end. It can be stopped, it can be put on hold. I'm not sure exactly how the Lord will do it, but he can stop it if his people, like it says, if his people would turn around, turn from their wicked ways, and begin to serve the Lord. Because judgment starts with the church, okay? God should not be looking down on earth and seeing his so-called saints, so-called Christians. He should not be looking down on the earth and seeing them looking no better than the world. That should not be happening, okay? We should be coming out of the world. We should not be looking like the world in any kind of way, guys, okay? And so that's what this message is about, okay? And I encourage you guys to go back and read the scriptures that are being quoted, the whole 2 Chronicles chapter 7 that was being quoted today. I suggest you go back and read it and just really understand that the Lord is so patient, long suffering, all of that. He's willing to give us a chance. He's willing to do that for us. But it's all about if we would turn from our wicked ways. And if you're not willing to do that, then this is what's bringing it on, okay? I totally believe it's going to take us fasting and praying and changing our lives. I kept hearing the other day, a lifestyle change. It's going to require a lifestyle change. There should be no more of us tolerating, like I think I said it in my last video, no more tolerating the spirit of Jezebel, no more tolerating lust. And he even let me know about gluttony. No more tolerating any of these demonic entities, these other gods that you're serving. You look in the Bible, you read the word, and you check yourself. That's what you should be doing as a child of God. You check yourself. Do your heart align with the word? Do your lifestyle align with the word? If your lifestyle and your heart does not align with the word, you might as well stop calling yourself a child of God. You might as well stop calling yourself a Christian. You might as well stop saying that you believe in Jesus, because to believe in him is to follow him. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, oh, he exists. Oh, I believe in him. Oh, I pray every day. I hear people say that all the time. I pray every day. I pray every day. But there's no lifestyle change. I don't know what kind of prayers that you're praying, child of God, but it's going to have to be a lifestyle change, is what the Lord is saying. And stop requiring for the Lord to stop you in your sin. This is another thing that the Lord is saying. A lot of us believers, or doing a thing where it's like, okay, Lord, if you really want me to stop, if you really don't want me to do it, then, well, don't let me go over there. Don't let me go to the weed man house. Don't allow me to hook up with this sneaky link. And this is the young generation. I'm speaking to the young people, because the Lord is definitely trying to reach the young people. Okay, and if you're young like me, and you are for me in my youth right now, I'm desiring for a change. I'm sick of going into churches and it's so watered down. I'm so sick of hearing people say that they're believers. I'm actually done with it. I'm actually just really fed up with it. I'm fed up with everything that I do that's not in alignment with the Lord. If it's not in alignment with the Lord, I'm not even here for games. I'm not. It's making me emotional when I just think about it. I'm really not here for games at all, okay? So, honestly and truthfully, if you are not a young person that is, you're the same person that's saying that you love the Lord, and you're not actually following the Lord, there's a huge problem here. You got sneaky links. You got dudes and women in your phone. You're sleeping with people. You don't have control. You don't have self-control over your flesh. You don't have control, and you believe that you're a child of God. It's out. It's out of here. It's none of that, okay? If you are a young person who is thirsty for the Lord, if you are thirsty for the Lord, okay, if you feel like what you want is what the Lord wants, if you feel like you're done with the world, you don't want anything to do with the world and what it has to offer, I suggest that you start praying more, you start fasting more, and you start getting into your word, okay? Be bold for Christ. Stand firm, because one thing about it is you have influence. If you are that type of person, you already have influence, okay? If you're a child of God, you already have influence. Use that influence, okay? To help people see that it is joy and it's peace and it's excitement to be in the Lord, okay? People think that it's boring to be in the Lord. I don't think about it that way. And if you are like me, show that. Be bold for the Lord. But like I wanted to say before I interrupted myself, what the Lord is saying, he gave me a vision of a lot of people, a lot of his saints, so-called Christians or saints, are doing a thing where they're playing games. You're playing games where you say to the Lord, oh, okay, stop me from going to the weed man. If you don't want me to do it, Lord, then I don't want to. If you want me to really stop smoking weed, then don't keep allowing people to smoke around me. Things like that. If you really don't want me to drink, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you giving the Lord an ultimatum? You know what I'm saying? Oh, stop me. Look, I already prayed for you to stop me, and you keep allowing me to go. Do you not understand your God? Do you not understand the free will that he is giving you? Do you not understand that, child of God? You need to understand that in your free will, you have the choice to choose the Lord. This is why when judgment comes, it's just judgment, because that means you made all the choices that you wanted to make. Whatever you did in your life is what you wanted to do. He never forced you. He sat back and he watched you. You said that you loved him, and he let you do what your free will, whatever you wanted to do. Understand that a third of heaven, including the devil, are in hell now. Now they're trying to bring many people with them. But let me tell you how that works. First of all, that works like this. They don't force you to sin. Usually. They're putting ideas in your mind, okay? They're putting ideas in your mind, and you have the opportunity or the option or the choice to feed into it or not, okay? God is always allowing us a way of escape. So it's no excuse for why you feel like you have to do this, you have to do that. You don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Understand your free will on the aspect of a third of heaven has left God, or a third of heaven chose to separate themselves from God and serve Satan. God is no longer putting people up there in heaven with him if you don't want it. So if you don't want him, here's it right now. You don't have to. He's not, who knows? They probably were up there in heaven talking about, well, we didn't want to be up here with you. You forced us to be up here. You created us, and now we're just stuck up here with you. Okay, all right, God got it. Now I'm going to give you a thing called free will. And with your free will, okay, you have the right to go out and do whatever. You have the right to choose the Lord if you really want to choose the Lord. So stop trying to make it like it's God's fault for why you're still in sin. Oh, I tried. Get your flesh in control. Get your flesh in control, because at the end of the day, God does not tempt us. God does not, and even if you are being tempted, he's not going to allow it to be so overwhelming or so consuming that you can't escape, because he said that he is going to always provide a way of escape. I'm young. Okay, I have the freedoms to do whatever I want. And so I'm living this life, a life where I understand that you have to choose God. Okay, back in the day, I used to say things like, Lord, please don't stop me. And I don't know why the Lord brought me to this, but he wants you guys to understand that that's not the way. That's not how this is going to go. You make the choice. If you really want him, this is your choosing ground. This time that you have here on earth, this is where you choose God or the devil. This is where you choose. Okay? You choose in life or you choose in death. This is where you make the choice while you have breath in your lungs. Okay? And if you're not choosing the Lord, that's your choice. You have that free will. I'm going to tell you right now, the Lord is not concerned with people who are not choosing him. Okay? He loves you. He loves you. But if you're not choosing him, he got other things to do. He got other people to choose. He got other people to get their attention. He got other people that's serious about him. It's all your choice. Okay? He already said that the way to him is narrow, and it's few that's going to enter. And I'm paraphrasing. So it's many out here who claiming that they're not choosing, or many of them who's claiming that they are believers, but they are not, because their choices are not. God is not concerned with people who are lukewarm. He's already said he's going to spit you out. Okay, so it's best for you to make the choice. If you serving the devil, stop saying you're a Christian. If you out here drinking, smoking, having sex, and this is with no conviction, no intent to change. This is you still talking about, oh, weed is good for you. It's good for you. If you're still that type of person, you know what I'm saying? Just go on ahead over there. If you still encouraging things of the world, you still encouraging mess, you still see a light in darkness, you still see that, you still see it, then you need to stay over there. Because at the end of the day, he'd already spit you out at that point. He wants nothing to do with anybody that's cold or warm. You either gonna be, I think we should be on fire, me personally. If you're not on fire for the Lord, what are you doing? Because he's not even playing with you. Stop calling yourself a Christian. Stop saying I follow the Lord, I believe in Jesus. Stop saying that. If you're living a life contrary to the word, okay? This is the time to set us apart. This is the time to come out. Either you hear with the Lord or you're not. And that's period. Okay? If you're not tired of your flesh, if you're not sick and tired of it and you're enjoying it, stop saying that you're a believer, because you're not. Okay? So long story short, this is not may not be the easiest message, but I want us to understand that the Lord is giving us a chance. And I'm so passionate about it because the things that I've seen, guys, I don't think many people understand the things that the Lord is allowing, not just myself, but other people seeing it. If you have not seen it, then you may not take it seriously. But I'm telling you guys, I can't even sit and relax, okay? Like, I'm thinking about it. It's on my mind. And I have a heart for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I have a heart for the lost. I'm praying for the lost constantly. I have so many beautiful people that I see every day, you know what I'm saying? And their lives is contrary to that. And they think that they serve the Lord. And even if they said that they don't want to serve the Lord, they don't have anything to do with the Lord, I know where their destination is. I know where they end up. I know how it looks for those people. And it's sad. It's sad because the thing about it, what most people don't understand, is the devil is about to have a field day. You people who are calling yourself saints and child of God and Christians and believers and all, setting the stage, like you really are. You're setting the atmosphere when you actually keep giving in to your flesh. When you have all this lack of self-control, you actually are making the aroma of sin and just comfortable place, making the place a comfortable place for the Antichrist. I don't even know how to say it really, but you're making it comfortable. You're making it the place ready for the Antichrist to show up. You're making it ready for pestilence, famine, death, murders, all this to come up, because when God looks down, he's not seeing anybody. He's not seeing people that's praying and thirsty and on fire and fasting and you know what I'm saying? Some people that are strong enough to fight the devil. A lot of people have given into it. We think it's normal to have sex without being married. We think it's normal to have children without wedlock. We think it's normal. We think it's normal to listen to this kind of music that's listened to, these Cardi B's, Beyonce's. We think this is normal. We think it's normal. And you call yourself a believer. You call yourself a Christian. You call yourself a child of God. You say that you love Jesus. No, you don't. Because as long as you're not following the word is telling you to do one thing and you're doing another, you're doing something contrary. Stop saying that you believe in Jesus. Stop saying that. Either you on fire or you not. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not even, my thing is, I see how serious it is. If you're not serious with the Lord in this time, you need to go. Stop claiming, stop talking about my God. Stop saying that you are of him. You are when you're not, and you know you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's time to separate the wheat from the tares. If you a tare, go serve your God wholeheartedly. Whoever you serving, put a name on it. Stop saying you believe in Jesus when you don't. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know? At this time, this is a serious matter to me because the things that the Lord has shown me. Okay, and my job as one of his prophets is to tell you guys what's up. And I don't have any time to play games with everything that I've been shown. I'm thankful that he's given us a chance. I'm so thankful that he gave me this dream, and he's saying, if you would turn from your wicked ways, he will heal the land. He will change some things. But that's going to be up to you, child of God. That's going to be up to you, okay? Everybody's looking for the biggest house, the biggest cars, the money, and all that. You guys are looking for it. But it should be the least of your concern at this time because your spiritual walk is on the rocks. I don't want to be too long with this video. I'm already long enough at this point. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I want to ask you guys though, before I go, for you to help me on some of my prayer points. I think I have just two right now, I think, that I want to ask you guys to join me in prayer about. I want to ask you guys to just continuously, this is what I'm praying, for you guys to continuously ask the Lord to send more laborers out. He said that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Can we please, guys, pray that more laborers come out? And can we also pray that the lost, hallelujah, the ones who God is calling on, the ones who are lost, even the ones who have influence, where every level of influence, I don't care if it's just influence in the house, in the school, at the job, on the stage, in the movies, you know, wherever, around the world, all these people who have major influence, that they would turn to the Lord seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. And I will also pray just one more prayer. And all the people who, I don't want to say all the people, that the people who are serious, okay? That all the people who are calling themselves children of God, and you really are striving, if you really are striving, you can word this prayer however you want to word it. But if you know that you're striving, I would suggest that you pray to have your heart removed and ask God to give you his heart. Ask God to give you his heart. A heart full of love, patience, kindness, because this is when we come out of ourselves and we get more concerned about the world. And not in a hateful way, but you feel that you need to make a change. You need to start with you. It starts with you making a change. You can't point a finger at nobody with a big log in your eye talking about somebody's speck. You know what I'm saying? So just pray that we begin to have God's hearts, all the saints all over the world, that we begin to have God's heart. Hallelujah. And that's really it, guys. I want you guys to have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope it wasn't too much for you guys. I'm just so serious about this, guys. I love you guys. I really do. I love every child of God. I'm praying for every child of God. But the Lord said he's going to give us a chance. And if he's going to give us a chance, I want to run with that. And I hope that's more people who's willing to run with it. I hope you guys understand that this is a serious time. It's darker and darker and darker. He's willing to give us another chance. If you would just humble yourself and turn from your wicked ways. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.